Welcome to myShortTrack, collaborative cloud-based transaction management. What I'm going to do for you today is walk you through the basic functionality of the site and describe some of the benefits, the features in that functionality. What you're looking at is the dashboard where an agent, attorney, or transaction coordinator would log into and see immediately. Where your eye is drawn up top is Add New. That's how you begin any transaction. You start by creating a file. That button also serves as a way to create a note, message, or activity. We like to keep everything in one place and one click away. What you notice to the right also is a calendar, and from the calendar you can access activities specific to a property. The ones here highlighted in orange are ones that are created manually by the user. The ones in blue are system generated ones based upon the dynamic workflow that the system created. Now, looking at this page, the home dashboard, you see the setup, marketing, offer, approval, and closing chevrons. That is a quick version of the dynamic workflow. In that setup phase, you can see there are 3 properties, and from that phase you can click into the details of that property, which we will come back to later. Below here are all the messages that are sent to the user, and this message is sent from the user. And from each message, as you can see what property it's associated with, who it was from, at what time. You can take a note on that. You can respond or go into the details of that property. Again, one click away. To the right, the agenda items for today. You can see for 3565 here on, the milestone is receive market offer with this particular activity. And with this activity, I can also take a note. I can mark it complete, go into the details of the file, or reassign this to another user, which is really critical and making sure everyone is on the same page and following a workflow. Next column over, items that aren't due for today are overdue. Those will be populated here. And again, all these items are in the calendar as well. And lastly, a formula runs in the background for untouched files. So if no note, email, or task has been completed within 7 days on a file, it will automatically pop into this list and you will be notified. Now let's go into specific property to find out the functionality. From this tab you can see My Team. My Team is where the collaboration begins. You can add assistants, negotiators, sellers, listing agents. Anyone who is involved in the transaction can be given permissions-based access, and it all starts here. The next tab over is where the dynamic workflows happen. This particular dynamic workflow is a short sale workflow. There are 5 phases: setup, marketing, offer, approval, and closing. This particular one is in marketing phase, and the milestones that have been activated are receive market offer and establish contact. And you can take a note on that, you can complete it, you can preview the activities to the right, or mark it or deactivate it. Then going through the activities on the right, again, you can add a note, mark them complete, and more importantly, reassign them to other people. The advantage of having checklists populate in such a dynamic way makes it easy to follow steps and not get lost. File info, a quick summary of everything that's in your account, from seller information, liens, and your team for at-a-glance information. The information is mostly captured here in your listing info tab for dates, contingencies, MLS numbers, and types of sale that you're working on. If you're doing a short sale, you can add lenders to the mortgages and liens tab. Within that, there's even more specific information in regards to the contacts associated with that. A lot of times when you're doing a short sale, there's an escalation contact or a specific closer, which is different from your negotiator. myShortTrack allows for all those people to be entered and interacted with. More importantly, this list dynamically pulls from a master lender list, so anyone who's never done a short sale before can quickly pull up lenders' information and packages. The last tab in file info is how to add a new offer. So you can see here this offer was rejected by the seller, and you can edit that offer on site and add new offers as they come up. The history info tab and the archive is just a history of everything in the file, your messages, activities, and notes. And this is where you get into the enterprise level permissions of the system. So you can see on this particular note right here, called lender and seller needs to update pay stubs. That particular one was taken by me in this account, Rick Schulke, and I want to make that viewable to my assistant, Steve Hargraves. All I need to do is save changes. Steve would receive an email with that note and can log in and from that point on see that note in their account. You can do that with any message, any activity, and any note. That permissions-based collaboration happens in the documents as well. All you do is you click on a document and that same permissions button appears, and you can then share that one with a particular person. Moving back over to the document side, what you can see is some items are in blue and some items are in red. The red ones are missing documents, and daily emails go out to the people that are required to send them in until they're sent in, decreasing time on the phone with the person you need to get those documents from. The items in blue are the ones that have been uploaded. The items in green are completed packages, and you create a package by using the Create Package button. As you click the items, you see on the right, they are populating in the order that I am clicking them, and that's how you would create a package. That shaves endless time off of packages, especially for a short sale. And speaking of short sales, there's a HUD-1 generator in the application itself. This particular one is a $200,000 offer, and like all short sales, it automatically calculates the payoff to the first while taking out, let's say, the payoff to the second and the third. And where this comes in handy for realtors, attorneys, transaction coordinators, is you need to get a HUD in end of day. You don't want to call up the title company and rely on them to get it back to you right away. Just make the change to the payoff to the second to $1,000 from $2,000, and it will automatically update it and save it in your documents section. As you can see right here, it will be time-stamped as well. This takes us over to the next great feature of myShortTrack, is the Add New button, which appears in every file and up top in orange, so you can access it at any point. So let's say I have a package I want to submit to a lender or a document I want to send to another realtor. All I do is I click the Add New button, I look for the document I wanted to send, I attach it, and then I start typing the message to the person I would like to send it to. As they're probably already in the system, I click their name. And if I'd like to share that with someone else, I could do that as well. And I hit submit. And now I've already submitted that document and that message. They get an instant notification and can see the history of what was going on. Now the full functionality of this form includes note-taking just by clicking a button. I already showed you the email, and now we're looking at activities here. So you can do all these three things from one spot. More importantly, you can see everything that's going on in the transaction, a full archive of all items that have happened, and you can change the permissions directly from here. And you can differentiate that into your messages, your activities, your notes. And let's say someone calls you up and has general questions. Well, the general file info is right here, all at your fingertips. Moving outside of the input form, we're going to go back to the main dashboard and click on the Properties tab. The Properties tab is where the major sorting happens. So there's a search address function up here where you can search for a specific property that you're looking for. More importantly, you probably have specific criteria you want to filter by, whether it's by address, a phase, a specific date, a type of lender, what type of sale. myShortTrack allows you to easily access this information. Looking at the data that's in front of you, you can see the seller, the address, important dates, if there's a mortgage, what phase you're in. And again, one click away, you can click on the details, access a particular tab, click on Add New and add a note, or add a new team member, just do it right there. Moving over to the next tab, as I spoke earlier, you can add mortgages on short sales from a dynamically populated list. This is the lender list. And if you've never done a short sale, you walk in, you look at Alliance Credit Union, here's the main phone number, and here's contact information. If you're looking for a package, Aurora's package is right here, all at your fingertips. And lastly, I want to walk over the Contacts tab. So every user that has been entered in the system is populated in Contacts. And what you can see is the files that you share with them, so that way you know who you're working with at any point in time. Integrations that will be completed by the end of February include e-signature with DocuSign and integration with Chicago Title on title orders.